Good evening, and welcome back to the only channel that dares to walk through the fire of the rumor mill to bring you the unvarnished truth. Welcome to News Around. In the high-stakes theater of celebrity romance, we are accustomed to external threats, the paparazzi, the jealous ex-lovers, the relentless schedule of filming. But what happens when the threat comes from inside the house? What happens when the call is coming from within the very sanctuary that is supposed to protect you? Tonight, we are navigating a storm that has centered itself directly over one of the most beloved duos of our time, Boris Baktaş and Yagma Yüksel. For months, we have watched their chemistry ignite screens and whisper of a profound off-screen connection. But tonight, that connection is reportedly facing its ultimate test. We are talking about an ultimatum. A countdown. A harsh, unambiguous warning allegedly sent from the heart of Boris's family, aimed like a dagger at Yagma's presence in his life. The rumor that has set the internet ablaze is specific and chilling. 7 days. 1 week to end it. 1 week to walk away. Is this the end of a love story that fans have championed, or is it the moment they finally stand their ground? Before we deconstruct this developing family saga, I have a crucial reminder for our inner circle. If you value journalism that treats celebrity lives with the complexity of a novel, please make sure you are subscribed to News Around. And for those who wish to be the true guardians of our storytelling, I invite you to click the join button. Your membership is the fuel that keeps this channel burning bright. Now, let us step into the eye of the storm. The narrative that has gripped the entertainment world did not begin with a public fight or a scandalous photo. It began, as the most dangerous storms often do, with a whisper that grew into a gale. Multiple accounts, seemingly independent yet suspiciously synchronized, began circulating a disturbing report. A harsh warning had been issued, allegedly originating from the inner sanctum of Boris Baktaş's family circle. This was not a polite request for space. According to sources who claim intimacy with the situation, and echoed by a legion of social media threads. The message delivered to Yagma Yüksel was cold, precise, and devastating. It laid down a deadline that feels almost cinematic in its cruelty. 7 days. 7 days to sever ties. 7 days to dismantle a relationship that has been built over months of shared glances, quiet dinners, and mutual support. To understand the sheer violence of such a demand, one must consider the context. Boris and Yagma's bond has long been described as a fortress of calm amidst the chaos of fame. Friends speak of their relationship not as a fling, but as a refuge characterized by late-night conversations about art and life, dinners consumed in the quiet corners of the city far from the flashbulbs, and a steadfast support system that activates the moment the director calls cut. They have built a world of two. But in the traditional structures of family dynamics, a world of two is often fragile when the weight of a lineage bears down upon it. What happens when a woman, focused on her craft and maintaining a dignified privacy, is suddenly handed an eviction notice for her own heart? Those who know Yagma Yüksel describe the moment the message arrived as a jolt, a physical shock, like waking up from a pleasant dream to find the room filled with smoke. She was, by all accounts, blindsided. Amidst a grueling work schedule and the delicate balancing act of public life, this ultimatum arrived as a slap of reality. Yet, her reaction speaks volumes about her character. She did not take to Twitter to rage. She did not post a cryptic black screen on Instagram to solicit pity. Instead, she did something far more powerful. She went quiet. Sources close to the actress reveal that while she was shaken, she remained composed. She reportedly confided in her tightest circle of friends, her voice level even as the gravity of the 7-day threat sank in. Her instinct was not to fight fire with fire, but to seek clarity. An impulsive reaction would only make things worse, she reportedly told a confidant. In a digital age where every emotion is monetized, Yagma's refusal to clap back is a radical act of dignity. She chose reflection over retaliation, a move that has only endeared her further to those who value grace under pressure. And where stands Boris Baktaş in this unfolding drama? If silence is a response, then his response has been deafening. If there is one trait that defines Boris beyond his talent, it is his fierce protection of his private life. He has always treated his family matters as sacred ground, off-limits to the trampling boots of public debate. That stance appears to be holding firm, even now. He has not issued a denial. He has not issued a confirmation. He has simply continued to exist in the public eye without acknowledging the elephant in the room. But insiders note that this silence is heavy. It is the silence of a man caught between the two most powerful forces in a person's life, the family that raised him and the partner he has chosen. Entertainment pages and talk shows have not hesitated to fill this vacuum with analysis. They have framed this as a classic, almost Shakespearean collision between romantic love and filial duty. The speculation is not baseless. If the alleged message is real, if his mother truly issued a one-week deadline, then Boris is currently navigating a minefield. To speak out against his family is to break a cardinal rule of tradition. To stay silent while his partner is targeted is to risk losing her. It is an impossible position, and the clock is ticking. I want to pause here and ask you, the perceptive viewers of News Around, if you were in Boris's shoes, what would you do? Would you publicly defend your partner and risk alienating your family? Or would you try to solve it privately, even if it makes you look passive? This is a dilemma as old as time. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Why does a family, specifically, as rumors suggest, a mother, feel the need to issue such a stark deadline? To understand this, we turned to relationship experts and psychologists familiar with the unique pressures of celebrity dynamics. Therapists emphasize that family pressure acts like a corrosive acid in a relationship. It introduces anxiety, uncertainty, and a pervasive sense of guilt. When a parent expresses disapproval, they are not just voicing an opinion, they are leveraging decades of emotional history. A psychologist we reached out to explained that the 7-day aspect is particularly manipulative. It creates a false sense of urgency, forcing a crisis where none existed. It is designed to induce panic, to make the couple feel that the walls are closing in. However, these same experts offer a glimmer of hope. They state that this phase, the make-or-break period, can actually serve as a crucible. If the couple can communicate effectively, if they can establish firm boundaries and stand side by side facing outward toward the noise, they can emerge stronger. The best path through is a shared strategy. And from what we are hearing, that is exactly what Yagma's confidants are urging her to aim for. But what is the root of this disapproval? Why would Boris's family, who surely wants his happiness, be so opposed to a woman who seems to bring him peace? The gossip circles, those tireless archivists of the unseen, have provided a theory. Sources claim that Boris's mother, a figure described as deeply protective and traditional, believes Yagma is simply not the right fit for a long-term future. This is not about a specific scandal or a singular mistake. It is far more insidious. The rumors suggest that the matriarch has voiced reservations about aspects of Yagma's career, her independence, and her personality, casting them as incompatible with the image she holds for her son's life. This adds a painful dimension to the ultimatum. It isn't about fixing a behavior, it is a judgment on identity. Broad judgments are the hardest to navigate because they attack the essence of who a person is. If Boris's mother views Yagma's ambition or her modern outlook as a threat to stability, then no amount of good behavior will solve the problem. It is a clash of values, tradition versus modernity, the good daughter-in-law script versus the reality of a successful working woman. While the couple navigates this private hell, the story has erupted across social media like a burst water main. Overnight, the digital landscape transformed into a battleground of opinions. A hashtag bearing Yagma's name surged across platforms in Turkey, propelled by an army of fans who rallied behind her sense of dignity. The comment sections are a testament to the changing tides of society. Thousands of messages poured in praising Yagma's grace and resilience. But alongside the support, there was anger. A chorus of voices expressed profound frustration at the notion that a grown man's partner could be dismissed via a text message from his family. He is not a child, one user wrote, a sentiment echoed by thousands. A career is not a threat to love, autonomy and respect go hand in hand. Critics of the alleged interference called it outdated, intrusive, and toxic. Yet, there were also voices calling for empathy, supporters of the family-first mentality who argued that a mother's intuition should not be ignored. It was a digital tug-of-war, a reflection of the broader cultural conversation about the boundaries of parental influence. Amidst the noise, a detail emerged from behind the curtain that gives us a glimpse into Yagma's true state of mind. After stepping back to disconnect from the constant opinions, reports say she made a decisive move. She wanted to sit down with Boris. Not a text. Not a phone call. A face-to-face summit. She wanted to talk everything through directly, no second-hand narratives, no middlemen, no whispers. She wanted to understand where he stood, what he knew about the message, and how he intended to proceed. This choice is revealing. It shows a woman who is not afraid of the truth, even if it hurts. She wasn't going to run away, nor was she going to lash out in anger. She intended to listen and be heard. It is the move of a partner who respects herself enough to demand clarity. As relationship counselors noted, love under scrutiny needs two things: protection from needless noise and a firm commitment to shared values. By seeking this conversation, Yagma was attempting to build that protection. If you are finding this deep dive into the hidden struggles of fame compelling, please consider supporting News Around by clicking the join button. Your contribution helps us dedicate the time to investigate these stories fully. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. We also learned that Yagma did not face this alone. According to private tipsters, she sought guidance not only from friends but from her professional representatives. The advice she received was measured and wise. Stay cautious. Avoid reacting in anger. Prioritize your emotional well-being. Keep your center. She was reminded that she does not have to make a permanent decision in the heat of a temporary storm. The 7-day deadline is an artificial construct designed to force an error. By refusing to play by that clock, by taking her time to breathe and think, she reclaims her power. Meanwhile, observers of Boris's family dynamic note that this isn't the first time his mother's opinions have rippled into the public sphere. She is described as a woman who is very clear about what she thinks her son deserves. And yes, she is reportedly paying very close attention to how Yagma responds in this difficult moment. Is this a test? And if so, is it a test one should even want to pass? So here we are, standing at a crossroads where no one outside their inner circle can truly see the signs. The clock is ticking on the alleged 7 days. What happens next could define the narrative for months, perhaps years. Will there be a joint statement, a united front that tells the world and the family that they are immovable? Will there be a simple photo posted together, unbothered by the chatter, serving as a silent rejection of the ultimatum? Or will there be a conspicuous silence that stretches into weeks, signaling that the pressure was too great, the wedge driven too deep? Fans are waiting. The press is waiting. But most importantly, two human beings are waiting to see if their love is strong enough to rewrite the script they have been handed. Maybe they will emerge stronger, having chosen each other over the noise. Maybe they will decide that love requires more freedom than either can give right now. Either way, the lesson the public keeps circling back to is this: a relationship is not a group project. Two people make it work, not a committee. Thank you for traveling this emotional road with us tonight. This story is far from over, and we will be here to chronicle every turn. What is your prediction for Boris and Yagma? Will love conquer tradition? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please, do not forget to like this video if you appreciated the depth of our reporting. Subscribe to News Around so you never miss a beat. And a massive thank you to our Join members. You are the pillars of this community. Until next time, protect your peace. Goodbye.